This might be the hardest question I have ever asked on this channel. How do you accept the things that you can't control? How do you accept every single horrible thing that has ever happened to you? The fact that you don't have your parents. The fact that your quote-unquote soulmate is gone forever. The fact that you don't know exactly what you're doing inside of this life. Maybe the truth is the matter, no one does. Everybody just wakes up, puts one foot in front of the other, and tries their best. Being in denial, which is the opposite of acceptance, is kind of like holding your breath. Eventually, you'll have to breathe in at some point and accept the hard pill of reality. Yes, you lost your job. Yes, nothing seems to be going well for you. Yes, you feel like giving up. Yes, you feel like everything around you is complete shit. But I will tell you something right now. That as soon as you accept reality as reality, because that's exactly what it is. Okay, it's real. Okay, it's not going to get more real than this. Okay, as soon as you start to accept reality, you can shift your perspective. Okay, because you can't fight against a problem that you don't even know exists. The first step is to admit that you have a problem. The first step is to admit that you're going through something. The first step is to admit that maybe you're not the happiest person in the world. Maybe there's something wrong. Maybe you can't admit it. Maybe you can't accept it. And that brings us right back to the question, how do you accept the things that you can't control inside of this life? There's going to be a lot of things that you can't control. Okay, I tried to think about this and get into this little thought experiment with me. Think about how hard it is to change yourself. Right? Now, what on earth makes you think you're going to be able to change someone else? Really? Okay, if it's already impossible to change yourself and your bad habits and the way you see this life, what makes you think you're going to go out there and be able to change the way somebody else sees life? You're not going to be able to. You're going to be left disappointed. Like everything else. But not everything has to be bad. It doesn't have to be this way forever. If only you knew how different things really could be. The first step is just accepting your situation. Okay, you need to accept that it happened. There's no time machine that's going to be able to bring you back and change what happened. And even if there was a time machine that could change what happened, it didn't happen. Okay, because it really did happen. Okay, and you have to live in that reality. And sometimes reality is really hard to live in. So you'll go out and you'll attach to all these bad habits, all of these horrible things inside of your life, and you won't know what to do anymore. Because like I said in the beginning, I'm not too sure anybody really knows exactly what they're doing inside of this life. Okay, because the reality of the situation is nobody exists on purpose. Okay, I don't think you asked to be here. I don't think I asked to be here. I've also said this before, but maybe something decided for me to be here. Maybe something decided for us to be here. Decided that we had some kind of reason. And once our reason is fulfilled, and once we get out there and serve our purpose in this world, because everyone serves the world in some way, whether it's a positive way, a negative way, an in-between way, it doesn't matter. You're serving the world in your own way no matter what. Once you serve the world, you will be taken away. And where you go is not definite. Okay, us as human beings have tried to come up with things that help us cope with what happens. But none of that is happening right now. Okay, because the reality of the situation is you are here. Okay, you are alive, and you have made it past 110% of your worst, most unforgiving days. But I also need you to realize that every single decision that you have made up to this point in your life has brought you to where you are. Has brought you into this exact room, has brought you into these exact thoughts. The thoughts that you feed are the thoughts that will grow. There is nothing in this life that will hurt you more than the thoughts you think. And there is nothing in this world that will heal you more than the thoughts you think. What you think is what you are. Your brain has a lot to do with who you are. Okay? Let's talk about love for a second, because love is a big thing. Okay? I'm sure you're craving love. We all are. Okay? It's just human nature to crave love. And let's say you did find someone. Okay? Let me just start off by saying it is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. If you loved somebody before and they loved you back, that is a privilege. You should bask in that. You should not be sad over it. You should not cry because it's over. You should smile because it even happened to you in the first place. But I figured this out, and I don't know if it's 100% real, but I was reading this thing, and it was kind of like the reason why love and grief is so strong. Well, first off, grief is just the price of having loved. Okay? That is the price of loving. Loving someone for so long, the longer and longer you love someone, the more and more the grief is going to hit you. Okay, the longer the grief is going to hit you, the longer it's going to be there, the longer your brain is going to be in search of this energy. Okay, because that's exactly what it is. It's two brains, or multiple, whatever. Just two brains, you and someone else who you love, and they just attach to each other. Like you like this person, you like their energy, you like their vibe. Sometimes you literally sometimes you find yourself in another person, and you don't even realize it. You're like looking at yourself in a mirror, like the personality-wise, and then they're just gone just like that. And there's nothing that you could do about it. It's something that you have to accept. But the first step is always denial, because you're always in denial. You're always going to wonder, oh, I'll get them back, or oh, are they going to come back, or oh, maybe they're not actually gone. They are. Okay? They are. And let me just tell you something that you don't need another person inside of your life in order to feel whole. Okay? Because your life is going to be a bunch of these puzzle pieces, okay? And they're all going to come in, they're all going to try to fit. And you're going to realize that none of these pieces actually fit. And then after a while, you're going to realize that maybe you're the piece that doesn't fit. Maybe you've been the piece that doesn't fit all along. And eventually that feeling becomes your home. And you know no other way else. You don't know what it would be like if you were happy, what it would be like if you had something to look forward to. That's why you need to make something to look forward to. It will never happen if you don't decide that it needs to happen. Okay, the magic that you are looking for inside of your life is in the work you are avoiding. Like we said before, denial is kind of like holding your breath. Not doing things are kind of like holding your breath, because eventually you'll have to do it anyway. With eating, with drinking liquids, with multiple different things inside of life, and just maybe eventually you'll get to a spot where you can accept things. Because once you accept, you can start to change your perspective. Okay, and even if you feel like someone is listening to you all the time, don't let that stop you from saying what you need to say. Because we all have voices. You just have to listen to the right ones. And that's just the way things go. Life is just distraction after distraction after distraction. And if you can get past all of them, if you focus on you, if you focus on your present moment and focus on exactly what you love doing, then maybe you can overcome. Because you are much stronger than you realize. You are much stronger than you realize. And you don't realize that. Okay? Because you're confident about not being confident. Okay? You give no fucks about not giving any Fs. I should have just said it twice. But you know what I mean. Okay? Stop acting nonchalant. Because the more you act like you don't care, it just shows that you really do care. Okay? Because I know you care what other people think about you. I do as well. That's why you watch what you say in public. That's why you watch what you do all the time. But you need to realize that this is your one chance. Okay, you might not get another Christmas next year. You never know what's going to happen to you inside of this life. Take risks. Take chances. Life is just one big chance. And if you never get out there and risk anything, you'll never have nothing to show. You'll have nothing to show for it. Stop thinking about the end goal. Start thinking about the present moment. Start thinking about what you could do right now, because that is going to happen no matter what. Everything is going to be okay. That too. Do not worry. Every day we wake up and we try our best to try our best. If you only have 20% to give today, just give the 20%. And go on with that. Go on throughout your day. Maybe you'll make something great of yourself. Maybe you won't, because I'm not saying if you go out there and follow life's plan 100% that you are guaranteed something, because no one is guaranteed anything besides their own demise. So that's why you need to stop caring so much about what other people think about you, because when you realize how seldom they do, which is they don't think about you, nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are, you can start getting out there and saying the things that you want to say, start doing the things that you want to do. Okay, and I understand that life is not the best sometimes, but it's a miracle that we're here. It's a miracle that we are here, and it's a miracle that we can even sit here and calculate the odds in the first place. That is what is so amazing about life, is that we are just so aware. Okay, and I know that you're probably so aware to the point where you're done with the absurdity of the world. You're done with everything. You're done with all the bad stuff. You're done with all the trauma and stuff, and you just want to accept it and move on, because what a life, man, because everyone will tell you that's life. That's just what happens. You have to deal with it and move on. Time will heal the rest. It's hard to just believe that and do that and just be and live in that. But I guess you have to, because like I said, it's like holding your breath. Eventually you have to breathe in. And you'll have to change at some point, so why not just do it sooner? But the first step is to always just accept the reality of the situation, because it's not going to be anything else. You have to accept what you see in the mirror. Okay? There's not going to be any motivation there. There's not going to be any discipline there. But what there is going to be is there's going to be a flame. And it's that will to live. And if you could just ignite that flame and stand up and realize that you've had the keys the whole time, that you could actually get out there and do the things that you want to do. Because you don't realize how different your life would be if you actually did the things that you said you were going to do. If you made a promise to yourself and you kept it. That takes us back to the question of, how do you accept the things that you have no control over? How do you accept the things that the universe just throws at you, good or bad? Maybe you don't. Maybe you just learn to live with them. But when you realize that you are everything that is wrong with you, you can start to make that choice. The choice to be better. Because as soon as you realize that you don't have to be the perfect person, well, that is the moment that you could begin your path to becoming a better person. All you could do is just wake up and try your best. Give what you can every day. Live in the present moment. Don't think about weeks and weeks and weeks ahead, because they might not even be there. At least not in the way you might think. I don't think there is a way to accept the things that the universe throws at you that you have no control over. But I do know one thing. That if you focus on what you lack, you lose what you have. But if you focus on what you have, you gain what you lack. So take what you can with what you have and do what you can. That's all any of us can do. Just try your best and don't let this life's energy, negativity bring you down. Because you are stronger than that. I am stronger than that. We are all stronger than that. I'm trying to give you a clear answer here, but I don't even know how to accept things, you know? Maybe there is no way. Or maybe you could just learn to live with them. Learn to live with them. You know, because they're if you could just accept your reality because it's your reality, maybe things could be a little bit better. Stay positive. Get out there, try to enjoy your day. And just try your best to accept your reality. Because right now is all you got. And it will always be right now. Forever.